Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Or book a call with us right now. Audrey here with National List Services coming at you a little bit early today. Hope the change didn't throw off your schedule. Want to make sure we share some valuable content with you. How are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. I am going to share today something a little more specific, but I thought it was relative to things. I'm going to share the auto file today. So I don't know. I always see vehicles driving around and I'm like, I'm just always curious about how many of that. You never notice a car till you see somebody driving one, like a friend. And you're like, oh, and then you start to look for them and you're like, I never noticed there were that many blue rogues out there. So what I want to share today on National List Services is our auto file, which can also be used for consumer data as well, because it's a file of automotive data, but who owns it? So it's VIN-based, but a consumer file as well. So let me jump on over here and share my screen. And we're going to keep it short and tight today. Keep it simple. It's the middle of the workday. You guys got to keep at it. So here is National List Services. National Auto Data is the second file here. And what sparked my interest on this was we saw a beautiful Volvo station wagon driving around, and I drive an Outback. And I'm like, I bet you that's comparable, but a bit nicer. Nice step up there. So I'm going to do, let's pretend I'm a Volvo dealership, and I'm thinking, who would want a Volvo station wagon? People who already like station wagons, possibly. So a conquest might be some Subaru Outbacks like I drive. So let me pick by states. And I am going to pick, oh, that's funny. They have Western, Southern, Northern. Where's Central? They don't have Southern, Central, Northern, Central. Let's do that. Let's see what states we get. There we go. Here's the Midwest. That covers us. I'm going to pick this because you know what? Most of us, if you're in Texas, you might get snow occasionally or ice, but you also are dealing with terrain. Having a station wagon with four-wheel drive, excellent. Love it, love it, love it. So let me come over here to Auto Selects. I want to sell a Volvo station wagon. I'm going to look for Outback drivers. That's my target. And I'm going to look for older ones because maybe they're thinking, I need to get a newer vehicle. You're supposed to drive your Subaru till it dies, but some people don't feel that way. I do. I'm going to kill that thing. So let's go back. Let's go back to, they last a long time. Let's go back to 1998. Let's do that. Let's do 2010s. You need to update your Subaru. Man, 1998, that's a long time ago. It doesn't seem like it. And then let's go to make and model. On the left-hand side, remember, as you add items and you click continue, it locks it in over here. Make sure it shows up. There's my years, so I'm good to go. Let's go to make and model. I'm going to do lookup because I don't know the code, and I'm going to view that tree. Here we go. This shows everything we have available on here. So let's go all the way down to Subaru. And I'm going to pick, actually, there's quite a few here. Maybe a Baja. It's a little more sporty. And I don't know how many years they made those for. Let's do a Forester. Tribeca was a nice little SUV, more classy than sporty. And Outback. Tribeca here. I don't think they make those anymore either. Crosstrek is already, you're probably not going to switch from your Crosstrek to a Volvo station wagon. I hate to say it. You might, but let's start with this and see what we got. So now that I clicked it, it's over here on the left-hand side. To see my totals, I'm going to use recalculate. And for some reason, I don't know why I'm still wearing my high heels. Let's get those off. Here we go. Getting comfy with Audrey, building a list live. Here we are. Wow. So in those 18 states in the Midwest, there's a lot of Subaru drivers. I kind of want to see the breakdown of how old they are. Well, Audrey, how do you do that? Very easy. Once you click recalculate, you can click instant breakdown. And it's going to ask you, what do you want to break it down by? I want to break it down by year. Perfect. So had I run a count report, I would see these details, but this is a quick view of your count report before you run it. So very interesting. The numbers, obviously, they vary in here. They go up here toward the end. Now, if I was picking even newer vehicles, just a word to you guys on the auto file. It is built on service and transactional data, not DMV data. So the newer the vehicle, the smaller the numbers go. If I had run this down through 2021, you would see it drops, and you can see a steady decline in those newer models, because until you need serviced, you're not going to be in this system. So very new cars are not here. And let's make sure we're quiet. So now that we see that breakdown, that is helpful. I'm also curious. I am shocked. Ohio and Colorado. Okay, Colorado, I'm not surprised at all. They are Subarus everywhere in Colorado. But Ohio has a very high amount. They are very similar to Nebraska, I can say, from driving across I-80, as far as landscape, weather, very, very similar to us. So that would make sense. Let me see Nebraska. I always like seeing where I am. Oh, now that's just very low. 3,900? We need to get some more Outbacks going around. So this would be my custom audience that I want to advertise to. Now, for a dealership, obviously, you want to do a range within your location, obviously, a radius, a certain amount of miles driven to your dealership. You can adjust that on geography. I was just doing a test run here. But let's say you had a chain of dealerships. Maybe you're in every one of these states. This would be your list. So on geography, let me share this real quick because I love this tool. I'm going to cross off states. And let's do under mapping here. You could do a radius. If you had a location in your zip code, you could do like a 20-mile radius, real easy. But what's even nicer, I think I've shared this before, but I love this, especially I think for services like dentistry, doctor, dealership, where you're going to go for your service, how far are you willing to drive? So where you live really does affect this. And you know your geography. I know in my area, there's a county south of us, what I grew up in, and people will drive from Cass County up to Bellevue and Omaha for doctor's appointments or to a dealership. It might be a 45-minute drive, but they're going to make that drive. So I love coming in here and testing this out. Let's do 68005. We used to have a spot here in Bellevue where I live that was called Auto Row. And it was like a whole long street that was a highway. And there were dealerships on both sides, more so one, but all the dealerships were there. And that's where you would go to get your car. And people would drive 45 minutes just to get there. So here's my zip code. And under mapping, you can pick a drive time radius. So let's do 45 minutes and create that. And I'm going to say dealership. Volvo. It was a beautiful, beautiful station wagon. I told the gal that I saw in the station wagon, I said, even my 16-year-old said, that's a nice car. And she's a grandmother now. And she's like, yep, we graduated from the minivan. She said she used to have an Outback and then she got the Volvo. So that's what made me think of this when I saw her beautiful, beautiful vehicle. Oh my goodness. Let's go back and grab that. Mapping real quick. Don't you love glitches live on a broadcast? Here we go. Drive time, 45. And you saw, if you saw that a second ago, here we go. Dealership Volvo, save. Please pull up. I'm going to save it. There we go. So you can see this reaches down pretty far down this highway here and up north of here too as well. So again, you may underestimate as a dealership may underestimate, or a service, an industry, how far people are willing to come for your products. So this is a very valuable tool. And then what's really awesome, if you did a mailing off of this, use this for postal, and then you could track how many people bought off of that postcard. And then you would see, hey, did anyone from Glenwood come in? What about Ashland? What about Gretna? Get these outlying towns and do a little bit of market research on your mailing and make sure, hey, was that worth it? Should we go out farther? Should we target this town more than the other? So it can really help you be able to analyze your marketing efforts by recovering the information from your print and mail. That's a very powerful tool. How did you hear about us? Oh, you got our postcard. Make a note of that. This is why CRMs, we could have a whole episode just about CRMs, but that does not teach you how to use national list counts. So I hope this helped. This is great, like I said, for any sort of service that you're offering. A dentist, a doctor, let's think dancing. There's kids in these little outlying towns. They don't have a dance studio. They drive into town. They make a day of it. Come in for dinner and then go to dance class and then go home, run your errands while you're here. It's interesting when you live in a metro community that there are quite a few people who don't necessarily live in that metro, but are a huge part of the economy. So don't forget about them. Drive time mapping is amazing. Love this feature. So as always with national list counts, if you're building your list, what you want to do when you're done with your selections is begin count report in the bottom corner. And I always make my screen really big so that this button is not close to this button. So we want to click next step. It's going to email you a report within 30 seconds. Usually you get it, unless the system's going slow. And even on a slow day, it's still really fast. So here is my automated count search. I'm going to run my count report, and that's going to send me a breakdown like that instant breakdown we saw. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have a specific industry request and you want me to build your list live, please let me know. I am happy to do that. I'll even invite you up as guests to join me, and we'll look at this together and talk it out. I did that with a friend, with Nanuka, and that was fun. It was fun for me to do, and it got some results that she was looking for that would be hard to find if you Google. You're going to spend a lot of time doing that when I can just help you out, get you a specific list, and then you just start calling it. So let me put in the chat all the information we need. Thank you, Rebecca Kramer. Looking forward to your live later today. And let me put in here, as you're building your list, if you get stuck, if you think, oh, I don't know if I'm doing this right, please help me. You can email our support team at First Direct Marketing. It's just support at First Direct Marketing, or me directly. I'll tell you what, you probably would get help faster from the support team, and they do this all day. This is their job. So let me put this here. It's amazing how many counts they can run a day on a busy day. And they also, because they're running counts so often, they're able to be like, oh, I have something very helpful for you. They would know a specific thing or what's trending as far as what people are looking for in certain industries and be able to help you. Side note and caveat. Well, two things. We don't keep any secrets. Everything's in the videos or live here that I share with you guys. There is no behind the scenes. We have our nerd magic, but as far as lists and data, we don't have any secrets. We're going to share it all with you. But secondly, I want to share, we would never sell the exact same list to two people in the exact same area. That's never happened before. We have customers who might be in close proximity. We remove what this guy bought and will not give him the same records. No way. So don't think this list has been sold before. Generally speaking, 99.9% of the time, this is a unique list to each person that is getting the list, because everybody's geography is different. The selections, the current information, what you're getting on the output. We do not sell the same list to the same people, never to your competitor. Doesn't happen. And if we knew they were looking for it, still don't do it. So I want to make sure you're well aware of that. Let me also share with you our Learn Center. Go here. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of Audrey. I need to get some other people in the company to make some videos, so it's not so much me talking. But again, don't binge watch. You go, you find the file you're looking for. I need business data. Okay, there's 4 business files. 2 of them I highly recommend. They're all great, but 2 are the 2 most common ones we use because of what the output is. One of the 4 doesn't have emails. The other one is for Canada. So what data do you need make sure you pick the right file, start building that list, and let me know if there's anything you need that I can help you with. We are here to help you. We are here to service you. We want to make sure you're going to have success with this and really help your marketing efforts to build that list. So thank you for coming today. Again, let me know who you're looking for. Is your target market females in a certain age, income, or bracket with certain attributes? We can build that. We can find that. You can mail to them, call them, email them, whatever means you have to contact them. And don't ever forget, the best way to market to your audience is the way they best like receiving that advertisement. I know for me, if I see something on Instagram or Facebook a few times, I'm like, ooh, there it is again. They must know I really want that. Or possibly I know, guilty pleasure, I look at people.com, peoplemagazine.com. Love it. I will see ads of frequent things that I've looked up on there. They know what my interests are because of my searches. And so they're going to present those ads to me. Reach your audience the way they want to be sold to. That's the key. So I want to make sure I shared that little tidbit. You guys have a fabulous rest of your day. And again, reach out and let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. Every Thursday, usually at noon Central, I come to you live. Today was a little bit earlier, different schedule to plan for, but you all have a fabulous rest of your day. And I look forward to hearing from somebody out there on how I can help build your list next week. Until then, have a great day.